Am I the asshole for being mad at my boyfriend after he openly body shamed me? Stick around until the end and give us your opinion. For context, I'm 20 and I've been dating my boyfriend who's also 20 for about a month now. I know this is quite new, but I didn't appreciate the comments he's been making about my body. I've always been on the skinnier side, but never been underweight. However, I admit I am quite flat in the front, and it's always been the biggest insecurity for me. Before we got together, my boyfriend had already made several remarks about my flat chest, to which I laughed uncomfortably and just didn't address because I figured we weren't dating. I now realize I should have stopped him the second he did it. Although I did explain to him how I didn't mind being flat-chested because I come from an unsafe area and was happy to not get attention from older men. And I thought I made it pretty clear about my insecurity to him. He stopped commenting a few weeks before we started dating, so I didn't make it a big deal. Today he got a haircut, and I admit it's not the best. All of my coworkers came to me making fun of him, but I defended him against them all and shut them down. I figured I shouldn't talk about his hair at all because it would make him insecure or lower his self-esteem, so I made sure I didn't change my behavior towards him and treated him the same. That's when he started getting a little rude. I think he was trying to project his own insecurities on me by berating me and somehow making himself feel better about himself. But while we were talking to our coworkers during lunch, he randomly pointed to my chest, made a hand gesture and said flat twice. I immediately swatted his hand away and told him to stop. He stopped looking at me and then looked back to the coworker and whispered flat again for the third time. This time I was done. He had no right to say that about me to his friends out of nowhere, despite me telling him to stop. What hurt the most is that I spent the whole last week taking care of him while he was dangerously sick. And this is how he still thought of me. I thought personality mattered way more than looks, but clearly the first thing he notices about me is my chest. He tried apologizing to me, but all that apology had was, "Sorry, I won't do it again," which is hardly an apology. He didn't have an excuse for doing it either, because when I asked him why he said it, he responded with, "I don't know." And to make matters worse, he told the rest of our coworkers what happened, and now they all know about my insecurity. His birthday is coming up soon, and I'm having doubts whether I should give him the gifts I bought or not. So, what should I do? Let's dive in to see what some of our commenters have to say. The first commenter is, "You are not the asshole. It sounds like he is not mature enough for a relationship." Short and to the point. I like it. Our next commenter says, "For his birthday, you should dump him. Or even better, dump him right now so you don't have to bother about the idiot's birthday. Or add a comment to your present saying, 1 more year passes, 1 year less before you go bald. Yet it will still be an improvement over your shit haircut." Ooh, someone's getting aggressive. The next commenter says, "I'm a balding man, and I approve this message." Our next commenter says, "I'm going to say this once. My husband is bald. Very, very hot. I have a bald man. I am extremely lucky. That is all. Except honor the bald. No fringes, though." Our next commenter has an opinion on balding, too. "The guy I'm seeing is starting to experience hair thinning. I think he's more bothered by it than he pretends to be. But the truth is, I think he's sexy. His hair is thinning because he's a freaking man. And I'm like, yeah, I'm dating a man." It's kind of a turn-on because, well, as a straight lady, I love men a lot. So in a weird way that's not at fetish levels, it's like how boobs are for some dudes. And they love women. I so happen to love man traits. And yes, when boys grow up to be men, balding happens. That's a man trait and therefore hot. So I'm like, yes, man. Other traits? Arms, man. Little bit of padding, man. Bald, man. Little bit of beard, stubble, man. Etc. You get the idea. Sometimes I feel bad because I think when the dude mentions his hair thinning, he's looking for comfort maybe, or emotional support. And I'm just like, no, dude, you're a man. And kinda hoping he puts out later. So yeah, all you dudes worried about male baldness or whatever, you're men. That is what men do. And men are really pretty hot. No, you don't need to shave your head to hide the baldness. You don't need that toupee or whatever. You're a man. Yes. Put out, please. That woman is pretty passionate, and I like her passion. Our next commenter said, "That's the worst $6 haircut I've ever seen. Shave your head and start over. Not only will it be an improvement over your haircut, it will also give you an idea of what you're going to look like when you go bald at 30. The next commenter says, yeah, dump him on his birthday so that he remembers it. Our next commenter says, send him a Dear John birthday card with his terrible haircut on the front so he has a souvenir. Our next commenter, who's back on topic, says, you're not the asshole. Unfortunately, this guy isn't for you. Your other half is supposed to be the person you share all your insecurities with, and they should hold them close and protect you from them. This guy is an idiot and is using your insecurities against you. This is typical bully behavior. I'm not joking. End things and enjoy being single so that you can find someone who actually appreciates you for you. He will not change. He is a child. I think there's some pretty good advice coming her way from this one. Our next commenter says, you're not the asshole by any stretch, but also you seem to have really low self-respect or confidence if you have any doubt his behavior is in any way okay. To be crystal clear, this behavior would be immature and get him in trouble at school for bullying. And as a grown man at work, it's absolutely obscene for him to go out of his way to insult, embarrass, body shame, and generally just be a jerk, even if he was a coworker. But he is your boyfriend? You shouldn't have to put up with this before you were dating, and definitely not now. Absolutely not. He is the asshole. You deserve someone who respects you and looks out for you. Our next commenter says if this is in the workplace, this could be a case of harassment as well. Totally inappropriate. Our next commenter says if I were in your place when he was announcing flat, I'd have just asked him, could you stop being an asshole trying to distract everyone from that stupid Momo haircut, please? Or, our next commenter says, point to his crotch and say, tiny, while making sure to use her index finger and thumb to demonstrate how tiny. Our next commenter says, ooh, I love this. I wonder if he was trying to humiliate her on purpose to make his friends think he was funny. That would mean his friends are also shit. But birds of a feather. But seriously, who does that? I love how all the commenters seem to be carrying on a conversation with each other. I think now it's your turn to participate in the conversation. Leave us a comment and let us know, how should she handle this? Should she dump him on his birthday? Should she ignore this and just put up with it? What would your advice be for this girl? Let us know. We can't wait to read every single comment. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification icon so you don't miss a single video. We'll see you next time.